Greetings sailors and welcome back to World of Warships, and I thought I'd take a quick look, or not so quick, I suppose it depends how the matches go, at the reward ship for completing the second part of the Italian destroyer event, that being the Leone. And the event itself is basically about collecting enough containers to complete a collection. And if you can't complete it right away, chances are you'll get the chance to get the containers from the armory later on. So there's probably less of a rush for this one than there might have been for the last one if you were trying to get tokens to get up to a particular tier, or like the dockyard, for instance, is going at the moment. So yeah, if you are unaware, you can go in to the armory, and it basically has quite a few of the previous collection containers for coal. So yeah, there's a bit less pressure on this one, but I do think it's worth getting. I quite like the Leone. It is rather unlike the rest of the line though. It was out, I can't even remember what patch this got added to the game, but it's been in game considerably longer than the newer destroyers have, and it has a rather different flavour to it. So what you have is 4 twin turret 120mm guns, AP and HE, very slow firing at 9.5 seconds. I think the base is 10 seconds. Have I got a skill on, or is it 9.5 base? I can't even remember. I think it might be 9.5 as the base reload. I don't think I've got anything on there that's making it faster. And yeah, it's also got very odd torpedoes in that they're long range, but they're slow and they don't do that much damage, although it's still reasonable for tier 6. But they are very slow, and you've only got 4 tubes in total. And it's quite a narrow angle as well, so although they reload quickly, they're not that good for area denial unless you get lucky. The other thing to note is it's basically got a US smokescreen, but it only gets 3 of them with superintendent. So you do have a really nice smokescreen, but you have to use them quite carefully. But because it's quite a long-lasting smokescreen, it means that there are absolutely times and places when you can sit and just pew pew to your heart's content. So let's give it a go in battle. The concealment's actually pretty decent as well. 6.3 is yeah, it's nothing special for the tier, but certainly a long way from being the worst for the tier. I think the Aviary's what, 6.4? There's a lot of 6.5, 6.6s. Although that tends to, maybe I'm more thinking of tier 7s. I think tier 7s have worse concealment overall. There are actually some reasonably stealthy ships at tier 6. Although nothing quite as sneaky as tier 5. I think the best at tier 6 is what, like 6.1? Something like that. Right, this is terrible matchmaking in that it's tier 8 and there's a carrier, but there's basically all tier 6 cruisers plus a tier 6 submarine in play. And each side's got a tier 6 battleship as well, so yeah, that's a bit weird. The carrier is my main concern, and that's because I've got terrible AA. You'll note that I've got 2.7 detectability, 2.5 AA range, so there's literally no point turning off your AA guns because they will detect you before they start firing. Now, we're not super fast, but we're fast enough. I'm going to have to be cautious here though, I think. I might actually skirt around the edge a bit. Yeah, here come planes. So the Shikaku is spawned down on that side, or maybe they've spawned in the middle and they just, you know, there's a 50-50 chance as to whether they'd go that side or that side, but then I suppose they could have gone through the middle as well. So 33 chance. I don't know. Right, oh, that's getting awfully close. Oh, it's just okay. Yeah, I was hoping I could skirt around that, but I don't think it's going to go for me. He's not dropped any fighters or anything, at least. That does give away what I am and where I am, unfortunately. There's nothing I can do about this. Oh, I've just noticed I'm recording in 30 FPS as well, and I meant to be recording in 50 FPS, but never mind, it's a bit late to change that now. I suspect a lot of people wouldn't notice the difference necessarily without me having pointed it out. Or maybe you would have, I don't know. Right. Something is over there, and I don't know if it's the Budione. No, I don't think it is the Budione. I think that's a destroyer. So yeah, really narrow angle on these torps. And 54 knots is pretty slow. I think that's about as slow as the Aviary, if not slightly slower. No, actually that will be about what the Aviary has. Right, are you coming this way to try and spot? Yes, okay, we're going to use one of the smokes. Oh, now he's backed off, that's annoying. Well, hopefully other people can spot enough for me to sit here and make use of this smoke, because that would be a bit of a pain if not. Oh, yeah, now he's dropping on the smoke. Okay, that was a good call. What tiny amount it's worth. Well, hopefully the Bismarck AA will do something. No, okay, well, you really were quite keen on trying to drop me, even though it meant flying right into a Tier 8 battleship AA. Okay, I can see we're going to have fun with this carrier. Who... Are you actually trying to go for the... I can't even tell. Going for the Bismarck that time. Gosh, it would be nice if... oh, that's a submarine. Yay, submarines. Right. You do have a pretty nice broadside, but... yeah, I wonder if it would be worth AP. Oh, it's only 120mm AP, it's nothing special. Yeah, that's their destroyer there. One thing that I cannot do anything about is that submarine, because as you may have noted, I don't have depth charges. This is one of those few ships in the game that doesn't for some reason. Oh, actually got a torpedo hit there. And I don't know why. The Okhotnik is similar. Right, that must have been the Budione I hit. I guess, oof, you took lots and lots of hits. Right, one torpedo is I think the best I'm going to manage right now. And given that Bismarck just got knocked the heck out, and given that their carrier's buzzing around, I think we just want a GTFO. Shall we put a speed boost just to be on the safe side? And also given their submarine is here that I literally cannot do anything about. Probably the sub that's camping. Quite a long flight time for these shells. It's a good range for being a Tier 6 destroyer, 12 kilometers without any kind of assistance. But you absolutely don't have the rate of fire to make this any kind of open water gunboaty ship. I will say this is Sansonetti. He's not specialised for this ship, so it's possible I'm missing out on some potentially useful captain skills that would benefit this in particular. Ha! Right, oh, it's so funny when they jump like that. I'll just try some drops across the cap there. This guy's going to want to fall back because there's a carrier somewhere. We really do need the seep cap because we've got nothing here. Yeah, that's the U-69. Ugh, submarines. Ugh. Sure somebody somewhere wanted it, but it certainly wasn't me. Oh, nice. Right, maybe I'll find some perches with my torpedoes, maybe not. Dunno. I can't remember how stealthy they are. I don't think there's anything special about them in that regard. Yeah, if we don't get this decap, we're in trouble. There's far too many ships there. Right, seeing as how the U-25 isn't coming this way, I might try turning around here. Oh, that Shikaku is not trying to conserve their planes at all. Okay, he's thought better of trying to... I think he's just trying to light up the schlep off there. I was going for somebody else. It's an interesting position for a roamer. Yeah. This is not a good looking mini-map. Everyone all huddled up next to a cap, but we don't have the cap. Yeah, that doesn't usually bode well. It's not like we're getting completely crushed in terms of ships or anything, though. And to be fair to this blob, that is quite a lot of their ships there as well. But it's far from all their ships. We do... Ooh, hello Ramat, don't want to get into close quarters with that. Might have to use another smoke, but I really don't want to. It's not the fastest firing ship, but he's faster firing than me. I also don't really have... Yeah, I'm just going to have to use a smoke. Generatore di fumo avviato. You can afford to waste a smoke much more than I can. At least he can't torpedo me, I suppose. Right, I wasn't expecting to find the Ramat come round the corner like that, but anyway. Good news is I've got torpedoes back very soon. There goes the Roma. Yeah, okay, this is starting to slide away from us. That was a waste of a smoke. Oh well. I was thinking I might have a chance to sneak into... Oh! Okay. Well, it's definitely... Well, I would say a waste. I mean, it's kept most of my health intact. It was semi a waste of a smoke. Right, if we go for the A-cap, we might get a shot at the Shikaku, but I don't know if taking out the Shikaku is honestly going to make that much of a difference. I think getting the cap is the more useful thing right now. There, U-69, yeah, is... given that they torpedoed the Roma, there might be... I don't know. What is going on that flank? They absolutely had enough ships. Oof. That is ugly looking. I almost wish I'd spawned over on that flank at this point, but then if I hadn't, we probably wouldn't have taken this cap. And we would be in an even worse position than we are now. But on the other hand, if I'd been there, we might have taken that cap instead, because I don't know what's going on over there, but it's nothing good. Don't like the Farragut's are super sneaky ships. Right, is the Shikaku just lurking behind an island? My main problem is I don't think I do enough torpedo damage to knock out a Shikaku. And I'm also rapidly running out of time because we lose any more ships than that. Yeah. There he is. Right, where's he spotted? Let's just open fire. Dodge as best we can, even if I'm gonna get interrupted in capping. Oh, he actually missed. Might be a bit premature putting torps out now, but of course they reload quick. I actually managed to get the cap.
Sovralimentazione disattivata.
Not being able to get the full broadside is kind of annoying. When you can, it's a nice satisfying chunk of damage. Oh, yeah. No, okay. Okay. Oh well. The rest of that team was just so thoroughly outmatched. Oh dear. No, okay. Gosh, we killed, what, 4 enemy ships? And nothing else beyond that point. Right, okay. Well, the less said about that matchup, the better. Let's give that another go. Hopefully it'll be kind of matchmaking. And also a slightly more even mix of you know, competent players on each team. Because those one-sided games are never particularly fun. And lo, the RNG gods heard my plea for better matchmaking and said, ha 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 ha, get stuffed. No, this is considerably worse. I'm also one of only 2 destroyers in the game. It's a domination game, so that means the Kaga is going to be gunning for me hard. So that's not going to be fun. I absolutely loathe being the only destroyer in a game where there's a CV, because the CV will absolutely try and prioritize you, because especially in a domination game, destroyers are by far the most important ships for capping, because they're the sneakiest ships. So that is absolutely horrendously not fun to be on the wrong end of, regardless of the ship that you're in. But yeah, I don't know, this matchmaking again, but worse, because far more tier 7s and I think tier 8s as well. The one saving grace is that there's no radar on the enemy team. We've got a Cleveland. I don't know if one radar in this circumstance is going to make a huge difference. Ah, here's the carrier. Hello, Kaga. So instead of capping, I'm going to be spending most of my time just like dodging wildly. Probably. At least I'm not a smokeless destroyer, but only 3 smokes. Right. Oh, where's the Farragut? I guess they spawned up this end of the map as well. I suppose, having said the sneaky cappy things, you know, the surfaced subs can also fulfill that role, albeit a bit slower. I'm wondering if that Farragut has much support, though. Pretty sure I outspot a Farragut, but not by much. Oh, guess who forgot to mute his phone again, like he did yesterday? Which was terribly professional of me then, and terribly professional of me now. Right, Kaga, are you going to be hunting for me? Because I think you might be. Yes. Oh, the joy. Oh, the joy. Okay. Dropped a fighter, but I can stay out of range of that fighter, I think. Farragut's not firing at me. I do wonder if they are there. They just like lurking behind. Oh no, there's a smoke screen. They kind of are lurking then. I don't really want to get into a stand-up fight with a Farragut, but yeah. Oof. Was that all of the cargo just going for that Ron Heinrich? Right, well, again, big awkward blob of ships. Don't know how this is going to go exactly. Being a lone destroyer without much support is never that fun, especially if there's no other destroyers you can have backing you up. So you then rely on other people. Oh. Okay, well, RPF paid a dividend there. He knew he was spotted. It's not like RPF is some kind of secret, you know, doesn't tell the enemy they're spotted sort of thing. Yeah, okay. Oh, that's the cargo. Hello. Is that the plane spotting? Probably. Okay then. 10,900. That doesn't seem a lot. Was that maybe a stock Farragut? Also, somebody's being mad in the chat. Is that one of the people here? Yes. Well, Dr. Zuccotti, Mr. Pottymouth. That report exists for a reason. Oh, and we have Boxer OBR wanting one as well. Good, good, good. Sometimes... I mean, sometimes it's very useful to be able to communicate with teammates, but sometimes I also think that World of Tanks doing it so you can't hurl insults at the enemy team. Although in this case that wouldn't matter, it's people hurling insults at their teammates rather than the enemy team. But yeah, there is something to be said for that. Right, who is... I wonder if that's the U-69 that I am spotting, or is it that guy? Is it the Boise? Which does have a fairly short firing range. It's the non-torture version of the torture boat, which I forever and will always call the torture boat. Right, I suspect that Kaga has probably run to a safe distance by this point. Should I maybe try and get the Strasbourg? What are you doing, Strasbourg? It's got a whole bunch of... Are they sitting... Well, they're angled a bit. They're angling more, but yeah. I don't think the Strasbourg's gonna push. It'd be silly if it did. Oh, hello. That has got to be the... That has got to be the submarine. Yeah, I think I was sub-spotted, but the question is radio location pointing at them? I think radio location is pointing at the Strasbourg right now. I don't know if radio location works with subs. No, too slow to get a hit there. Not that I can do much with the information anyway, apart from... like, if I spot the sub, obviously that's useful for my allies, but I can't do anything to the sub. Oh, I don't think they'll be backing up enough to back into those, but you never know, we might hit something. Oh, I've just realised we've got an Atlantico on our team as well. Oh, I really want that, and I know there are going to be people, there are going to be viewers who are, oh, North Carolina, why are you there? Oh, balls! Don't even have torpedoes ready. Why are you there? No, North Carolina, why? That was unexpected. Right, Mirko's trying for the torp, but of course, hideously awkward torp angles. He's probably not going to survive. Yes, I would like a pizza. Right, there's the U-69. We're going to have to skedaddle around the corner of this island. Yeah, that Heinrich division didn't do great guns, did they? Again, not a great team. I mean, a bit better than the last team, but still not a great team. Oh god, right, I've got an awesome choice of... don't even know. Could just run right up to his face. Hope he doesn't have high explosive loaded. Right, he's not around the island. We can tell from RPF he is actually moving through my smoke. This is just a last-ditch attempt to get some damage at this point. The torpedoes, you know, despite their quirkiness, they do decent damage and they are usable. They are absolutely usable. Go on, turn your ship, turn your ship. Quite slightly unawares. Don't know if this is going to be enough torpedo to... Oh, I'm dead. Yeah, that was somebody else that caught me. But... yeah, it's just a flesh wound. Yeah, this team was, again, not great. But I think you got some flavour of what the ship can do. Even in adverse matchmaking, which we've had 2 games in a row, with, shall we say, adverse teammates as well. Let's go take a look at the Atlantico up close. Let's see those chonky 9.2-inch secondaries. God, that looks like something I would build in Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. It really does. And turn the HUD off for the extra bit of yeah. I'm guessing this is someone who bought it through the dockyard rather than a super tester. I'm thinking, because I've seen a couple, and I think even with the CCs, you don't. If you have it for testing, you don't. I can't remember how they've done it previously. Do you get it to keep, or? Because I know at least 1 or 2 previous dockyards will give you X amount of doubloons that you can spend on the dockyard. Because I have a memory of that specifically with the Puerto Rico, which I don't have because I was like, this is bullshit, the whole thing, and I was like, I don't even these free doubloons Wargaming has given me, I don't want to spend on getting the Puerto Rico. So yeah, I think it's the only dockyard ship I do not have. It's a nice looking ship. I mean, it's very busy with all those extra turrets, but yeah, it's interesting. Can't wait to get my hands on one. Anyway, this team was fairly terror-bad, but less terror-bad than the first team. This team's actually managed to kill a majority of the enemies. We just still have utterly lacked any semblance of map control. So even though we have killed over half their team, you can see the points incongruity. Well, good luck with that, because yeah, even carriers get a bit of hand-holding against submarines, because of course they have the damage cod that lasts for a particularly long time. So yeah, good luck homing torps against carriers. Well, okay, that's maybe not a complete surprise, but yeah, that was really quite harsh matchmaking for any tier 6 destroyer. Still though, I like the Leone. It's quite a fun tier 6 to bash about in, and the only real drawback is that slow rate of fire, which means you have to think quite carefully about your encounters with other destroyers. If you get a chance to sit in smoke and plonk away with those guns, it's pretty nice, especially if you get some fires going on somebody, because you do have, you know, just that number of barrels is quite nice, and you do have a 7% fire chance, which it certainly could be worse. But yeah, it being a tier 6, you know, you will see matchmaking like that, but as a thing you can grind out for potentially free, I would say absolutely go for it. It's fairly fun for, you know, that price. For free you certainly can't complain. Anyway, that is it for this recording. Hopefully you have enjoyed it, and if you have, you can do all the usual things down underneath the video, and of course, as always, stay tuned for more.